Dear students, welcome to our class on Micrometeorology of Crops, Photosynthesis 3. So far, we tried to understand the basics of photosynthesis, particularly for the benefit of those beloved students whose background is not biological sciences and they are very much interested to know and to obtain the postgraduate degree, okay, and Ph.D. in agriculture meteorology, for particularly for the benefit of those beloved students and as a rebrushing for those students who joined in agriculture meteorology courses with biological background also. Photosynthesis I am covering in the first two, okay, short videos. I tried my level best to give you some information on how the carbon dioxide CO2 plus H2O plus energy from the sun is giving rise to, okay, primary sugars CH2O plus, okay, O2 it is released. So this is how, okay, primary sugars are formed. Now in this class I would like to further, okay, enlighten some important points. Please take a small paper and a pencil or pen, most important points only. Again, I would like to underline that those students whose background is not biology, it may be of okay, really a basis for us. Why I am telling second or third time this thing is that so far in the micrometeorology, I have published and we learnt 5 short videos on solar radiation, 5 short videos on temperature, 5 short videos on wind, 5 short videos on okay, water. So that is rainfall. We cannot say in the micrometer rainfall. That's why. Okay, 20 short videos of approximately 16 to 18 minutes. Then now, how solar radiation, temperature, wind, and water are important for micrometeorologists. They are important in several ways for us, more particularly in the photosynthesis. That's why. So this is the third short video on photosynthesis. Here I would like to share with you. First I will read and I go on explaining to you. Photosynthesis is an important example of a biochemical process. Photosynthesis is an important example of a biochemical process which can only be driven by high energy content of solar radiation. It is driven by solar radiation. However, in the first short video, photosynthesis, one of micrometeorology of crops, I told that okay, diffusion. Okay, CO2 diffusion. Before biochemical, okay, photochemical reaction also I told. So when carbon dioxide enters the leaf, leaf tries to give some sort of resistance. It is our responsibility, micrometeorologist responsibility, such that the resistance of stomata is reduced to a greater extent. So then onwards, I would like to impress upon you particularly 0.4 to 0.7 microns in the light band. We also call it as a photosynthetic activity. However, from 0.35 to 0.95 microns is also equally important. 0.4 to 0.7 light part, which has got 41% of the energy of PR. Okay. Now 0.3, to be very broader, 0.35 to 0.95 microns is also equally important. Again, I would like to read 4 or 5 statements and I explain to you the production of carbohydrates. The production of carbohydrates, CO2 plus H2O plus energy, solar radiation, CH2O, okay, so there. After that, oxygen is there. Now, the production of carbohydrates from the carbon dioxide and water requires an energy input of this bit will come 417 kilojoules for every mole of CO2 fixed. CO2 is fixed or carbon dioxide is reduced to carbohydrates in the presence of water with energy from the solar radiation. So, this is supplied by PAR. The energy is supplied by photosynthetically active radiation. See, the efficiency of a single leaf is a maximum of 5%. Okay, of the remaining, what happens, I told several times. Long wave, okay, re-radiation, okay, reflection of the short wave radiation, like that it will go. Now, the photons of radiation required to drive photosynthesis are absorbed by pigment molecules such as chlorophylls, carotenoids, etc., each with a specific wavelength of peak absorptivity. So different wavelengths which have got in this particular band 0.35 to 0.95 microns, or particularly 0.4 to 0.7 VIB ZYOR. So there the absorption is different for each band. Okay, chlorophyll A, for example, has two characteristics absorptions at 0.42 to 0.42 and 0.66 microns. Chlorophyll A, for instance. If you come to phytochrome, this I told in my earlier classes, phytochrome is the physiologically active form which stimulates germination, leaf growth and flower induction after the plant has been exposed to red part of the solar spectrum, okay, at wavelengths of 0.66 microns. Once again, I would like to emphasize that phytochrome is a physiologically active form which stimulates germination, leaf elongation and even flower induction. See here, very functions, important functions are performed at 0.66 microns. Now, I would like to share with you some important points. First I read, then I explain to you. Carbon dioxide is the source of carbon for photosynthetically derived carbohydrates and is therefore of crucial importance for food security across the globe. Carbon dioxide is very important for our food security. CO2 is also important in the long wave radiative transfer characteristics of the atmosphere. That we discussed in the basics course in the Introductory Agronomy Climatology, and also in the agricultural climatology. We have discussed elaborately CO2, how it is playing an important role with reference to long wave radiation incoming and then outgoing or terrestrial radiation. That's what. Okay, it absorbs. Which absorbs? Carbon dioxide absorbs. Okay, and therefore it emits. When it is absorbed, it emits. Kirchhoff's law. Okay, right. Emits radiation at a number of wavelengths, namely, for example, 1.6. 2.7, 4.3 and 15 microns, 15 microns carbon dioxide. So the major sinks for carbon dioxide are terrestrial biomass, terrestrial plants, and also the plants that are in the oceans. That's what we call them as the aquatic plants, in other words, both on the surface, in the water, carbon dioxide is the sink. If you see this particular diagram, light intensity and rate of photosynthesis, light at the CO2 supply, we are discussing CO2 and photosynthesis. CO2 supply is low, CO2 supply high, light intensity is increasing under low, so there is a plateau after only 2%, where the rate of photosynthesis is 2. When it is high, which one is high? Light intensity is high, CO2 supply is high, you can go for lot of photosynthesis. This is what I would like to share with you. With reference to temperature, I would like to enlighten you on 2-3 most important points from micrometeorological point of view. The rate of photosynthesis markedly increases with an increase in temperature, provided other factors such as CO2 and light. CO2 and light are not limiting. Light and CO2 are not limiting. Temperature increases, photosynthesis increases. The effect of temperature is on the velocity of this is a scientific reason. Please write this line. The effect of temperature is on the effect of temperature with reference to photosynthesis is on the velocity of enzyme controlled reactions. Velocity of enzyme controlled reactions in the dark stage. Another important point, please write, when the intensity of light is low, the reaction is limited by the small quantities of reduced coenzymes available, so that temperature increases have a little effect on overall rate. Temperature effect is little or reduced on the overall rate of photosynthesis. Once again, I read this statement. If valuable time for it, please write. When the intensity of light is low, the reaction is limited by the small quantities of reduced coenzymes. Reduced coenzymes and light are related. Okay, reduced coenzymes available, so that temperature increases have little effect on overall rate. Okay, even though temperature is increasing, it has little. Last important point, please write all of you, this bit is 100% certain in the SRF. If the temperature is greater than 30 degrees centigrade, please write, if the temperature is greater than 30 degrees centigrade, this will come in the multiple choice. The rate of photosynthesis abruptly falls. The rate of photosynthesis abruptly falls. This I will explain to you. The rate of photosynthesis, temperature and rate of photosynthesis. When the temperature crosses 30, the rate of photosynthesis abruptly falls. Okay. Due to the reason also may be given in the multiple choice. Due to what? Okay. Thermal inactivation of enzymes. Thermal inactivation of enzymes. This is very, very important. Temperature and enzymatic actions. Here, see temperature 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 degrees centigrade. Rate of photosynthesis, if you take 30 degrees, after 30 degrees, it falls. If it is lower, CO2 supply is lower, even though temperature is increasing, approximately up to 20 degrees centigrade only it will go. When the temperature is increasing also, CO2 supply is not there, the photosynthetic rate is decreasing. When the temperature is increasing, CO2 supply is higher. Okay, you have more photosynthesis. This is what I would like to share with you. Thanking you for your patient hearing.